The wait is over. This is your main event of the evening. London, are you ready for the heavyweights? This bout is scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds, and it is for the WBA Continental, WBO European, British, and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championships. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Here is Frazer, Clarke.
To this ring walk for Frazer Clarke, and quite simply, his professional career in his first big professional fight is on the line. This is the occasion that he has been aiming for, that he has been striving for. George, you've done this kind of setting, this kind of scene, and been in a situation where really nothing other than a win will do.
Yeah, absolutely, Andy. I was here at the O2 Arena fighting for the British title against another unbeaten fighter, James DeGale, and it felt like everything was at stake. You know, you had to win. It was a must-win. I'm sure both fighters have exactly the same mind frame tonight. Frazer Clarke, I think, looks great. Shout out Sing 2 as well for the ring walk track. Taron Egerton almost. Sky full of stars, but he looks great. I'm so pumped for this fight, guys.
And now, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, here comes the champion, Fabio Wardley.
Wardley making his way in to the strains of Roy Jones. People have been talking about the pressure that Frazer's under, Matt. But Fabio Wardley's in this incredible position where he's never lost in the boxing ring. Not ever. As he said to me, it's like being in a hot air balloon that keeps rising with every win. But with every win, the distance you have to fall becomes greater, to the point where you almost don't want to look out. It's all on the line for the pair of them.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy, actually. But yeah, completely. The pressure's on both of them, because they're both dreaming to go way beyond this. But, you know, and this is the toughest fight for Wardley. This is the acid test for Frazer Clarke too. You know, it's both, a lot on the line here for both guys. Whoever wins here will go on to bigger and better things. You know, certainly if Frazer was to lose at 31, it'd be difficult to see where he'd go.
Two absolutely terrific ring walks. There is nothing like a ring walk on a big night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 12 3-minute rounds for the WBA Continental, WBO European, British, and Commonwealth Heavyweight Championships. Promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer in association with Platform Sport. Brought to you live worldwide on Sky Sports and NBC's Peacock. Presented by our headline partner, Bet365, and our official partners, Everlast, Integra's Property Group, Fastline Steel Services, Val Nutrition, and Car Finance 24/7. Our supervisor, Thomas Putz and Debbie Down. Our steward in charge, Charles Giles. Our timekeeper, Stephen Pucci. And our judge at ringside, Michael Alexander, Howard Foster, and Mark Bates. And our referee in charge when the bell rings, Steve Gray. So, London, I need you all to get up out of your seats, raise your drinks high, and get wild. Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gray trunks with yellow trim. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 19 stone. He holds a perfect, undefeated record of 8 victories versus no defeats. 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Burton-on-Trent, England. Introducing the Commonwealth gold medalist and Olympic bronze medalist, ladies and gentlemen, Big Frazer Clarke. And his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in at 17 stone 5 pounds. He holds a perfect, undefeated record of 17 wins, no defeats, with 16 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of Ipswich, England. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former English heavyweight champion and the current reigning, defending WBO European, British, and Commonwealth heavyweight champion. Ipswich, stand for your champion, Fabio Wardley.
punches off the shorts, okay? For call break, take one step back. Don't throw punches around the back of the head. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch them up. Good luck.
Steve Gray, the referee. The anticipation here, an absolute fever pitch. When the heavyweights go at it, you get that whiff of cordite in the air, that sense of clear and present danger that you get in every division in boxing, but even more so when it's the big men. Looking to try and find that right hand early on there, Frazer Clarke.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Andy, if both men would love to land something heavy in one another in the first round.
Good jab there from Clarke. And finds the right hand as well, doubled up on the jab, followed it in, and threw that right. There's been a good positive start this from Frazer Clarke. It's fundamentals, but they're working well.
Yeah, Frazer Clarke winning the jab exchange here in the first round. The guy with a solid amateur pedigree, you would expect him to have more success with the jab and then look to build from it.
Wardley just pushing out that lead left hand, just looking to try and measure the distance with it more than anything else, whereas that left hand of Clarke is much more of a weapon. Looks for the big overhand right there, Wardley, but doesn't land.
Clarke definitely the sharper of the two here in the first round.
Steps into a lead left hook. The right glove was where it needed to be there for Wardley.
Again, nice jab from Clarke. The bigger man, but he looks to have the better hand speed here so far anyway.
Looking for the overhand right there. Wardley came over the top of the jab and landed it on the side of the head. And Clarke off the back of the jab that time, looking for the uppercut as Wardley just bent at the waist. Interesting opening round that.
I think that was the corner asking for him to feint the jab, was it? I think the jab's been great weapon for him in that first round, Frazer Clarke. For it a fraction slow near the end and got caught with a right hand over the top from Wardley, and that's what he'll no doubt be looking for in this second round, to try and time a right hand over the top of that jab.
Then offer your jab forward, offer your jab proactive, but expect him to step in, meet you.
6 seconds. Second out, round 2.
Frazer Clarke in the silver and yellow, the champion. Fabio Wardley in the blue and white. He holds those British and Commonwealth titles. There's that overhand right again. Manages to slide one in around the back of the guard there. Clarke off the ropes looking for the uppercut, and Wardley making an aggressive start to round 2.
Yeah,
Go on, George.
Yeah, that exchange started with a really sharp right hook to the body behind the elbow of Frazer Clarke. And Wardley tried to take the attack to the head, but Frazer Clarke, with his amateur experience, looked cool, calm and collected, I thought, and fired back himself with a couple of nice shots to finish that exchange. Fight's starting to heat up, Matt, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Wardley's come out fast here and aggressive. He doesn't want Clarke to settle into much of a groove. He's trying to knock him out of that and make him feel uncomfortable, but Clarke, really good first round, just wants to stay composed, keep that jab going, and just build on that.
Wardley just stooping, trying to jab to the body, walked onto a lead left hand of Clarke, heading towards the midway stage of round 2. He started the round very quick, Fabio Wardley, but a nice uppercut there from Clarke off the back of a left hand. Wardley looking to try and fire back, but I think that registered.
Definitely did, because he took a few back, he backed off as soon as that landed, the uppercut. Good shots from Clarke.
But Wardley fights with his elbows out to the side. It means that his hands are slower when they come out, but also there is that opening up through the middle. A little bit more of an opening, and Frazer Clarke might just be taking advantage of that here in the second round.
Clarke again doubling up on the jab, then looking to try and sling that right hand in round the back of the guard, then straight with it that time. He steps in with the left, just slightly off the angle. This is good variety from Frazer Clarke, and a good start to the fight for him as well. Blood coming from the bridge of the nose there of Fabio Wardley.
Yeah, nice sharp right hand counter as well there from Clarke. Oh, big shot.
Set his feet there, Wardley, and threw that right hand. And Clarke just trying to cover up a little bit here. He was slightly unsteady there for a second, but he then lets his own right hand go. Wardley, though, senses he has an opportunity, gets another right through. Clarke, though, seems to have his wits about him here.
Yeah, it was a big shot. He got caught with Clarke, but he's took it well. I think he shook it off now.
And came back with an uppercut there too. Good jab there from Wardley. This is turning into a terrific fight. Closing stages of round 2. There goes the bell. Superb 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big right hand, walked onto it. You could see he backed off there, and Wardley knew he'd hurt him. Tried to put the pressure on him here, unloaded with both hands. But Clarke was able to have his wits, around him, was able to get through the moment, and actually came back at the end of the round.
It's a dangerous shot that Wardley throws, that right hook almost. It comes around the side of the lead hand, and he throws it whenever he wants. Sometimes he looks like he's in trouble and it gets him out of trouble. Sometimes he's just doesn't even set it up, just lets it go. It's a great shot that he has.
Yeah, a bit wild and erratic at times, but a lot of power in it.
Therefore hard to read, isn't it, Matt?
Exactly.
So into the third, Wardley just dipping his knees there and trying to rip to the body. He dug in that second round, Wardley, because Clarke was just beginning to dictate a little bit, and even though it's early in the fight, you sense that as a fighter, and he needed to do something about it, and he did towards the end of that round.
Wardley looking a little bit more settled here in this third round, warmed into the fight. Stars looks a little bit better, a little bit sharper with his lead hand.
Clarke just chopping down with that right hand through the jab, and then pulled that right hand down a touch. He hasn't been quite as busy with his jab in this third round so far, Frazer Clarke. Wardley just walking onto a jab there. Right hand from Clarke as Wardley was looking to try and just sit down and throw his own right. And then Clarke with a left hand off the back of the lead right.
Clarke, you know, more organised here, just doing the basics a lot better. Not loading up, just short, straight shots. Wardley telegraphing them a little bit more, a little bit wild.
But there's that right hand again. He pulled back and threw that right hand off that arcing angle that George talked about, got through with it. Clarke came back with a couple of punches, but again, it's that strafing right. Good, solid left hand from Wardley again there too. 40 seconds remaining in the round.
Both guys landing big shots on each other, and you wonder what is the effect it's having.
Yeah,
is it draining?
They both definitely felt each other's powers. You can see that.
We expected that Clarke would have the better fundamentals given the backgrounds of the two, and that has proved to be the case. He's got, if you like, he's got a very solid set of cards, Frazer Clarke, but Wardley's got that kind of wild card element about him, where you never really know what he's going to do.
No, and Wardley, he pulls back with his head high, which is risky, but then he's quickly ready to fire back with a wild shot himself. So he's, as equally as he is vulnerable, he's dangerous.
Okay, let's go down ringside to Anna, Johnny, and Tasha.
Yeah, what a fight so far, Johnny. All week you've been saying you thought this was going to be a cagey start, but it's been anything but.
What a way to start. Both fighters have been hurt. I think Frazer been hurt the last round and the round before, but comes back strong. Wardley, he's got a steady stubbornness about him, but keeps coming back. Slowly getting busted up by that jab of Frazer, but Wardley's so unpredictable. He's hungry for it. But I just can see both fighters getting hurt if they hit each other at the right time.
Tasha, you just turned to me and said my palms are sweaty. How are you seeing it?
Yeah. I've got a 2-1 to Frazer, but I could see it 2-1 the other way as well. Frazer's dominating things with the jab, but he's got to keep it sharp because Wardley's coming over with the backhand counter.
Let's see how it unfolds then.
So into the fourth we go. It's been a very interesting first 3 rounds. 2-1 Frazer Clarke, I can definitely see that. Wardley won that round we've just seen. I would say that third round, and a lot has happened already. They both registered on each other at times, and you do get a feeling that it's one of those fights where we're on the brink of something big almost any second. That is often the case at heavyweight, but particularly here.
Yeah, I think, you know, Frazer is the tidier of the two, the better organised, but I think that, as we've said, with Wardley, he's probably got that, he's got the edge in speed and being a little bit erratic and wild. He's got that unpredictability about him.
Both throwing at the same time there. You can see the marking up around the nose and also the forehead and the face of Wardley as Clarke just hits him with a big, heavy sandbag of the right hand that caused him to give a little bit of ground. Right hand there from Clarke as Wardley aimed to throw his own right, but didn't, and left himself in a dangerous position.
Well, he kind of took a little half step, didn't he, Frazer? And then as he fell into no man's land a little bit, he just nailed him with the right hand.
Well, Frazer started to win the jab exchanges here in this round, and when they jab together, Frazer's coming out on top. So he's got to overcommit to it, Wardley, to try and have success. But you're seeing it coming, and Frazer's trying to counter with his sharp right hand.
Moving in behind the double jab there, Frazer Clarke just closed his own space down a bit into the final minute of round 4. It's a bruising fight, this. A little bit of damage to the left eye there of Clarke. I think maybe a scratch, a graze really, more than a cut. Good jab there from Wardley. And there's that right hand again, and he looks to go down to the body. Uppercut on the inside there from Clarke.
Yeah, good exchange there from both men. Wardley had some good success, but that was a lovely uppercut from Clarke.
Both opening out to throw, and neither one really landed solid there. If they had, then somebody was going over.
Clarke's got a better jab, and that could really be a key factor.
When he comes in, just keep a little hand position higher and bring the uppercut. So you're stopping him coming with the right hand. You understand? Keep jabbing him. He's going to land himself at you. Keep the little hand
The crowd at the O2 absolutely loving this. I'm sure you all are at home as well. It's caught fire really from the beginning, but particularly from that second round onwards. There's that uppercut from Frazer Clarke. They both landed some heavy artillery on each other, and they both showed signs at times of those big bombs registering. There's that right hand again there from Wardley. He kind of lassos it in. Comes arcing in from wide, but it's quite unerring in its accuracy.
Yeah, he started to finish each exchange with a solid jab at the start of this round, Wardley, which is a good idea. The right hand doesn't land, but then he just finishes it and just lands lever on his opponent's face. It's never nice. Big right hand.
Clarke just being forced to give a little bit of ground off the back of that right hand. A jab to the chest there from Wardley. Clarke trying to establish his own jab again. Good combination there from Wardley. Uppercut, and then just really turning that right hand over as he chopped down with it slightly.
I think the right hand counters when Wardley finishes punching for Clarke will be working well, because every time he finishes punching, Wardley brings his left hand down low. He's wide open for the straight right hand.
Good right hand there from Clarke, but Wardley maybe just took the sting out of it slightly.
Even if Clarke jabs to the chest and then chops the right hand over the top.
Wardley that time just threading through a nice solid left hand. Longish right hand from Clarke, and then looks to try and pin Wardley onto the ropes, and it's that kind of area where Frazer Clarke maybe does want to kind of lean on him, bring that greater weight to bear, see if he can empty the tank a little bit that way. But in that instance, I think they were both happy just to nick a few seconds breather. Rapid hand speed there from Wardley, just dipped his knee slightly, changed the trajectory on those punches.
You can imagine at this stage, as the fight starts to settle a touch, it's the chap who wastes these punches. Wardley
just looking to set about Frazer Clarke here. Thrown plenty of punches. Clarke's defence was decent enough there, though. He kept those gloves up. He's on the receiving end, though. The straight right hand gets through, and he's on the run here. Down he goes. Fabio Wardley pursuing him across the ring. Landed a left and a right, and that was enough to put Frazer Clarke down. Steve Gray has a good look, and it arrives right on the bell. Huge moment in the fight there for Fabio Wardley. We got the sense, didn't we?
I think it was a right hand that started it, walked him on, big shot, buzzed him, and he knew he hurt him, and then just unloaded with both hands.
Yeah, I hope we'd see the replay. I think it was a jab even in the end that
It was like a jab
to
right
the
hand,
canvas,
wasn't
but
it?
it was just because that was enough. He just had to land one more glove on him.
Yeah, that was the first
right
shot.
hand that started it.
Just a layback right, chopped the right hand over the top. See the legs stiffen of Clarke. Wardley knew he'd hurt him, jumped on him, pounced on him, unloaded with both hands. And you're right, George, it was kind of like a lead right hand as he stepped out of range.
Seconds out, round 6.
He basically pursued him across the ring, and towards the end there, landed those couple. He was slightly off balance, Frazer Clarke, and down he went. So into the 6th round, and that's a huge moment for Fabio Wardley. I remember seeing Frazer Clarke put down once in the amateurs in WSB at York Hall, walked onto a solid lead left hand. It was a flash knockdown. He was up in no time and went on to win that fight. But this is a different kind of scenario.
What Wardley can't afford to do now, though, is go too all out for the knockdown, because, you know, Frazer, I think, cleared his head. He got up, he knew where he was. Yeah, there was a knockdown, but he was okay. Now he's had the minute respite in between rounds as well, so I think he's just got to settle down again here, Wardley, because, you know, Clarke's very much still in this fight.
He locked on so well there, though, didn't he, Wardley? When he had him hurt, and he knew he did, he just didn't give him any chance to escape.
You know, it was an impressive shot that that started it off, that little layback right hand.
So a 10-8 round for Fabio Wardley, that 5th, remember, and again he just pursues Clarke, using that jab. Clarke, though, managing to manoeuvre his way out of trouble comfortably enough there, but Wardley looking for that right hand again, followed by the uppercut. His confidence is up here.
Yeah, Clarke needs to do something to avoid these shots. He'll be sapping the energy bar. Wardley certainly feeling the pace. Was trying to make the point of about missing shots. And Wardley launched that assault, which will obviously give him that 2nd win now to try and get the finish.
Well, it could be very interesting to see what would happen in the 2nd half of the fight, because it's not really charted territory. Frazer Clarke went 10 with Marius Vac, but that was completely at his own pace. Fabio Wardley, because of his propensity to chin people, hasn't been beyond the 7th. Long right hand again there from Wardley.
Yeah, so if this does go into the 2nd half of the fight, as you say, it's unknown territory for both guys.
When these guys come together and they punch together and they land, it takes a split second for you to see who's landed and what the effect is, because they both look like they're punching so hard and could be one punch away from changing momentum.
Heavyweight boxing is quite the sight, it really is, because, as you say, George, it takes a split second to register on these huge bodies. Every shot that lands. Let's have another look at the knockdown from the end of round 5. He's just got him on the run here, basically.
Yeah, it was just like a balanced, short right hand balance. That, you know, he took much bigger shots than that in the flurries before. But the right hand that started it was probably the best shot. He threw the jab, he just laid legs to the side and just chopped over the right hand, short right hand, bang on the chin, legs stiffened, backed off, and then he jumped on him and, you know, unloaded. That shot there was more of an actual balance.
10 seconds.
In terms of the scoring of this at halfway, with that 10-8 rounds,
Seconds out.
I mean, it's almost dead level, I would have thought. I'm not scoring it round by round, but thinking about how it's gone, I don't think there's anything in this at all. Momentum is with Wardley at the moment, heading into round 7.
Stamina and conditioning, I think, is definitely going to come into be a factor here in this fight.
No, absolutely. I mean, Frazer Clarke, who started with that really sharp jab in the first couple of rounds, the pace has caught up with him. That jab is not quite as sharp. And he's getting caught so much more frequently with that right hand over the top from Wardley, which is his danger shot.
Well, that's how you were seeing it at home, level through 6. One drawn round in there in round 2. There's the 10-8, of course, and it's close. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And good old-fashioned strength of will have a massive role to play in this as well, going into the second half. A huge role. Conditioning, of course, but both of these two are going to have to go to places they've not been before. Slightly weary look about the pair of them, actually, in this 7th round. Clarke trying to line up a big right hand, then got through with the uppercut. I'm not sure how clean it was. Left into the body. Was that a little bit low? I think Wardley suggesting that was low. And he will get some time to recover. Timeout called by referee Steve Gray. He agrees that the blow was low. And he's taking a point from Frazer Clarke. He held up 3 fingers to him. I'd imagine to indicate that that's the 3rd time that he's done it, and he's taken a point away. He had problems against David Allen, Frazer Clarke, of course, with low blows, and this is not the kind of fight where you want to be losing a point. Good body shot there from Wardley. Dipped his knees and rammed his right hand into the pit of Frazer Clarke's stomach. That was a nice right from Clarke, just round the back of the guard. And these two just standing square and digging their toes in. This is brutal, bruising stuff. The cut there from Clarke was solid.
He's landed some good uppercuts in this round, Clarke. I feel like he's boxing with a bit more conviction in this round. A bit more spite.
Yeah. You keep trying to look at Wardley's posture and wondering if he's starting to gas or he's really starting to feel the pace. But then there's an injection of pace that comes back with a sharp right hand.
As you said earlier in the fight, he is, for all sorts of reasons, very difficult to read. And that's just another aspect of it. So let's have a look at that low blow as adjudged by referee Steve Gray. It's a nothing punch, but the belt line is where it should be. The belt is sitting on top of the protector, and any punch on the protector is a foul. And if he's warned him 3 times already, which was the indication he gave, then the referee has done what he's done, and you can't really have too much of an argument about it. It's not the kind of punch you want to be losing a point for, though, because it was almost a bit pointless.
Yeah, very good, Andy. I think Wardley's having problems with his shorts. At the start of every round, he gets a handful of his tassels, which hasn't prevented him from landing that big right hand there and then on Frazer Clarke.
Really trying to turn over the fist on that right hand. Wardley had got through, and he stands and swings at Clarke. He managed to ride that mini storm out okay. Sneaky little lead left uppercut there from Clarke. And those juggling kind of shots maybe will have an impact down the stretch. Wardley just leaning on the shoulder there of Clarke, and he does have a little bit of a weary look to him now. The face is busted up. It has been for a little while.
I think Clarke's, you know, more economical with his, he's not wasting as much energy, where those wild, erratic moves from Wardley, you know, he's wasting more energy than what Clarke is, and that could be a big factor as we go into the later rounds.
There was a strong right hand there, nice straight right hand from Clarke down the middle. And he's beginning to breathe a little bit heavily, Fabio Wardley, but you need to find a second win. He'll dig in, I've absolutely no doubt about that, but again, just made to back up there by Clarke.
Yeah, Wardley's pulling away from that right hand. It's just taking the edge off of the crispness of the finish of the shot for Frazer Clarke. So,
and you just get the sense that this is a big round for Frazer Clarke. Wardley, again, just setting his feet and looking to try and let his hands go here, trying to make a dent in Clarke, but Clarke, I think, has done some real work in this round. Wardley, again, just swinging. I'm not going to say that this looks like a final hurrah from Fabio Wardley, but it's got a little bit of that look to it, George.
No, he's got the nose damage, which must be making it difficult to breathe. Whether that's having an impact on the way he looks, but he looks like he's feeling the pace of the fight now a little bit more than Frazer Clarke. Whether Frazer Clarke can sense that, taking confidence from it.
Looking for that right hand there, Wardley. Missed with it. Final seconds of round 8, 4 to go. After this, he's not been beyond 7. Fabio Wardley in his career. Frazer Clarke did do that 10 against Marius back, as I said, at his own pace, but it was a blisteringly hot night.
And psychologically, he's been there before.
Clarke looking to try and finish the round with that right hand as the bell goes. The cut man trying to get to work on that nose.
You know, big right hand there from Wardley, and then he unloaded again.
But he had his successes in that round. It's not that that didn't happen, but as you watched him walk back to his stool there in the corner, he just looks like he's in trouble.
He looks like the one who's feeling the pace more, isn't he, out of the two?
But you see in that last clip there, in that last exchange, continuing throughout the night, the guys have punched together. Essentially, they punch at the same time. There was periods in the earlier part of the rounds where Wardley was coming on top, he was landing, and Frazer was missing. But I think that last round was evident that Clarke is now starting to land in those exchanges where they're both punching together.
Looking for that big right hand immediately there, Fabio Wardley. Blood came from the nose at an early stage, but looking at it side on there, there's been further damage, that thickening around the bridge of the nose. If it is broken, then there's all sorts of problems that come with that, swallowing blood, the difficulty of breathing. And that right eye is swelling as well. At the top of the cheekbone underneath the eye. Long right hand there from Clarke was a good shot. Another heavy right as he leans in. And again, the blood just streaming out of the end of the nose there of Fabio Wardley. Hit Frazer Clarke almost with the back of his glove there as he missed with that right hand and then just whipped it back across. He is still very, very dangerous. What's the approach for Frazer Clarke at this point, George? Because he can see the man in front of him, and he will see a man who he feels is in trouble, but who he knows that when he's wounded, that with Wardley almost is when he's at his most dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. When he punches back after you've started the exchange, that is when he's most dangerous. But it's a lot more measured in this round from Frazer Clarke, and he's also thrown a lot more body shots, I think, in this round.
Yeah, I think Frazer's just got to keep doing what he's doing, stay compact, stay tidy. Don't telegraph your shots, don't waste energy, just pick your shots keep them straight, and try and touch you downstairs every chance you get as well, because he's definitely feeling them.
Long right hand got through there. Wardley was backed up to the ropes. He's setting his feet, looking for the body shot there, Wardley.
I think he landed a body shot that hurt Frazer Clarke then. He just had to back up after taking that one.
Clarke just coming forward a bit tall, a bit square there. That right hand didn't land absolutely clean. Could have been a problem if it did. Slightly tired. Look about Wardley as he throws that right hand. That nose is just an absolute horror show. Wardley looking to try and finish the round strong. He's digging in here, Fabio Wardley.
You're looking for too many chances. You've got to come away from that. Focus on more regular, short, sharp change of your tempo.
Tonight. You understand? I'm the whole person. You appreciate the round of Netherlands. You understand? He's trying to time the right hand only. Leave the hand higher and try to bring the upper. And then after him.
Well, you look at the two fighters in their corners and you're trying to get a read on who's in what kind of headspace, mentally, physically, and all the rest of it. In terms of the scoring, it could well still be very tight. We've had the 10-8 round and the point deduction. But to put it to absolute basics, those are Frazer's parents, by the way, if you had to choose one of these two that you would rather be coming out for this round, you'd rather be Frazer Clarke, wouldn't you?
I think so. Just looking at the energy levels, you think Frazer Clarke was slightly fresher. He's finished strong in these last 3 rounds. Started this round positively. The nose of Wardley, they can't stop it bleeding.
Well, you've got it absolutely even at home, and again, with the point deduction, that round 7, the scoring of that, if you felt that Clarke won the round, then the point deduction would have made that an even round. I didn't think there was much in that round myself outside of the deduction, which is treated in isolation. But the long and short of it is that through 9 rounds at home, you've got it dead level.
I think Frazer looks the fresher of the two, and he's more energy efficient. He wastes less energy. You know, with Wardley being a bit erratic and wild, he expends energy. Really, he doesn't need to, but he falls off balance a bit. Again, wastes energy where, you know, like I say, Clarke's fundamentals, very technically well schooled, and he's not wasting that energy.
Clarke just trying to lean in on Wardley a touch here. Wardley, though, fighting his way off the ropes. Long right hand from Clarke. This is terrific stuff. Fabio Wardley in there now really is almost just fighting on instinct. And I think the referee is going to say that the doctor has to come and have a look at the nose here and the amount of blood that is coming from it. And it's going to be okay to continue. It's not an injury that you see often stop a fight. Damage to the nose.
Oh, big right hand from Wardley.
Who set his feet right from the off there when boxing resumed midway through round 10. And again, another big right hand, and Clarke is forced to give ground. He's a little bit unsteady as he does so. Manages to jab his way out of the corner. But Wardley letting his hands go, sensing that he could be in with an opportunity here.
He may feel here, Wardley, with a nose injury, that he only got a little bit of time left. They've got to go all out.
Well, that gun shield has come out. It's Frazer Clarke to Steve Gray telling the corner, you have to get on with this. I want this done quickly. Frazer Clarke just trying to get a little bit of a rest. Fabio Wardley right up above us on our left-hand side as well. And this is the hurt locker for these two now. Deep in the fight. It is still absolutely anyone's. Who can hold that technique together a fraction better? Who maybe wants this a little bit more? Wardley can barely see at times now. And that's not going to help his cause with the referee. Clarke stepping in. That right eye of Wardley's is closing as well. There's that right hand. There's not as much on it now, but it still makes its way in from that strange angle. Clarke trying to come forward. Right hand to the body from Wardley. He grimaces and punches to the head. Clarke comes back.
It's just pure heart here from Wardley. Looks shattered, but he's really digging in.
Was so close. Final seconds of round 10. This is heavyweight boxing, and there is nothing quite like it.
This is where Wardley landed a good shot and then had him rocking a little bit, unloading both hands here. But again, just at a stage in the fight when he's really feeling the pace and he's really dug in and unloaded there, Wardley. But it's also taken a lot out of him.
Blood just flying all over the ring, all over people at ringside.
Both men have just got to really dig in here now.
Round 11.
It's concentration levels as well, man. It's who can stay switched on. Don't give away any of them free shots. Don't let the guy in front of you land a massive shot. It's going to give him that boost, give him that momentum to maybe go out and finish you on your feet.
That's right. You've got to keep your composure, even though it's madness in there. You've got to stay calm.
Just feeling out with that jab touch there, Clarke. The second one was a bit more solid. They will know that this is up for grabs. They will know that there's very, very little in it. They've both got to go out and try and win these final 2 rounds. And he's done it again there, Fabio Wardley, just backhanded Frazer Clarke. I'm not sure he even really knows he's doing it. Long right hand there from Clarke, didn't quite make it. Strong right hand from Clarke again there. Left hand from Clarke. And then into the body. He's got Wardley pinned on the ropes here. And Frazer Clarke going to look to try and unload. Wardley gets in and holds, which was the right thing to do. That right eye is a sorry sight now too. He can barely see out of it. Good jab there though from Fabio Wardley. Almost loses his balance as he comes forward there, Wardley, throwing the jab. There doesn't seem to be too much strength left in those legs, but as you said earlier, George, just when he looks like he's absolutely done, he manages to find something, because this is a hard, hard fight.
Yeah, you've got to admire both fighters, Annie. Neither have been here in their careers. Wardley's never seen the 11th round. He's got that injury to the face affecting his breathing. At times he's looked exhausted, but just carries on, fighting back, fighting back.
And backs Frazer Clarke up here to the ropes and looks to let his own hands go. Clarke just missing with a short left. Wardley with a left to the body just before that. Final 20 seconds of round 11. This has been a tight round.
Yeah, both men shattered here, you can see. It could all come down to the last round as well.
Wardley trying to let those hands go, having some good success here, and just keeping on reining in those punches. There goes the bell. 3 more minutes of this to go. It has been absolutely epic. And they've just got to try and summon up one last titanic effort, both of these two, because it is all on the line here. Nobody can be confident of anything going into the final 3 minutes.
Last round.
Don't rush in and step in. You need to get rid of him, yeah? Oh, 3 minutes.
Final round, okay?
Yeah, we don't actively have.
Come on, Frazer, 3 minutes. Final round, okay? So get off with it.
Just put actively hand on his glove. That'll glove him up. Got to get rid of 3 minutes with the match.
This is it, Andy. As a fighter, you hear 12th round, last round, home straight. You don't want to leave nothing in the tank tonight. You want to leave it all in the ring.
Absolutely no second chances. You cannot have any regrets. They have to pour it all out here. We had to wait a long time for this fight, but some fights are worth the wait, and this has been one of them. These two exchanging jabs. Wardley getting more purchase on his, just backing up Clarke again. Wardley by a shade, according to our viewers at home, but it is anybody's fight. It is all down to this remaining time.
You know, it could come down to who can keep their shape here as well in the last round, because they're both massively fatigued. But who can keep their shape could be crucial.
Wardley with a good right to the body. Clarke swung in a hook, which didn't quite make it. That damage to the face has been serious for such a long time for Wardley, and he's just managed to keep going regardless. The Ipswich fans just trying to lift Fabio Wardley one last time here. Trying to find the uppercut. And the two of them just happy to lean in and take a few seconds respite as we head towards the final minute. Again, there's been very little in this 12th round so far. Wardley has probably had the better exchanges.
And this last minute now is just who can summons up that last final bit of stamina, that final bit of strength.
Yeah, this round is still up for grabs with a minute to go, and it might mean all the difference in the final outcome. You know, when you are tired and start to lose your form, some fighters it suits better, and tonight...
Good right hand there from Clarke, and that really made an impact on Wardley. Clarke looking to try and let his hands go, but Wardley somehow swings that left and manages to stay on his feet, because it looked for a second there like that right could close the show for Frazer Clarke, and Wardley again just puts his arm around the waist of Clarke and somehow manages to get through it. He's got absolutely nothing left. Neither of them have. Big uppercut there from Clarke, and this could be enough to win this final round with the judges. And who knows how important that could be. Final few seconds, another uppercut from Frazer Clarke. The crowd on their feet roaring. These two incredible warriors on, and there goes the final bell. That was absolutely fantastic. What a fight.
Neither man has got an ounce of energy left in them. Frazer Clarke sagging in the corner.
You see, stay on your feet, right? Just in case them judges are umming and ahhing about that last round.
Yeah, 100%, George.
Stay on your feet,
Body
walk around
language
with your arm in the
matters.
air, man, even if you're dying on the inside. Show no weakness, live in the moment.
But it was a big finish to the round there from Frazer Clarke, and who knows how important that might be. But what a spectacle, what a fight. Heavyweight boxing is breathtaking at times, and that really was, because Fabio Wardley from 4 or 5 rounds out looked like he was on the verge of not quite collapse, but like the tank was empty.
Completely. He was fighting on heart. It got past the conditioning. I wonder what the odds are on a draw. What were the odds?
It wouldn't be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising. There was a 10-8 round in the 5th. There was a point deduction in the 7th, which of course doesn't necessarily result in a 10-8 for Fabio Wardley. Would depend on how you scored that round, but it was just a fantastic fight all of the way through it, toed and fro. There were times where one fighter looked like he was resting the momentum and beginning to dominate, and the other one would just come back. It was everything that we could have hoped it would be and more. And whatever happens on these cards, George, I would watch that again.
We certainly would. I doubt either man is in a rush to fight one another again. Not about a good rest first.
Dillian Whyte coming in there to congratulate Frazer Clarke as well. It is all a big brotherhood, really, pugilism. All sorts can get said in the build-up to a fight, but when you've shared an experience like that, it's just not possible to emerge from it with anything other than complete and utter respect and affection as well for the person that you have done that dance with. Big Mo has got the sheet in his hand and has made his way into the ring. This is a very nervous time for both fighters, for both camps. I don't think there's a single person inside this arena who is sure which way this one has gone. People will have a direction that they want it to go in, but I don't think anybody can be confident here. Mo just studying that piece of paper. He may well be lining up a split decision here. Just waiting for Fabio Wardley to join Frazer Clarke with Steve Gray. Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for these two tonight. After 12 full championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judge Michael Alexander sees the contest 114 to 113, Wardley. Judge Howard Foster sees it 115 to 112, Clarke. And finally, Judge Mark Bates sees it 113 to 113. This bout has been ruled a draw.
Well, Matt Macklin, you did say what were the odds? A split draw, 114-113. Michael Alexander gave it to Fabio Wardley, which I think was what you had, George. Howard Foster went 115-112 to Frazer Clarke. I can see either one of those scores. I can see a close win to either fighter, and then Mark Bates straight down the middle, 113-113. I said I would like to see it again. I think we're going to have to see it again now. I've got no quarrel with that result at all.
No, it's just so sad that the effort that both men put in, that one of them wasn't the winner, but it is bittersweet that neither of them deserved to lose. So
yeah, exactly that. It's a shame we didn't get a winner, but then no one really deserved to lose that, did they? So I think both of them poured their whole heart into it. It was a close fight. Some rounds hard to score, and I guess we're going to see it again.
Okay, what a fight that was. We'll be back shortly.